Yeah, let's just like get real here. I should have got a necklace on. So I like have had the worst like body that I have like ever had. Like this right now is like probably the worst I've been in terms of like weight and looks wise and stuff like that, in terms of like my literally like my whole body, like even down to stuff, the little things where it's like my dermatitis keeps flaring up again on my fingers, and I don't know, like just getting like bad shaving rash and stuff like that, like even down to like the nitty gritty stuff, like all over head to toe is probably the worst I've been like in my whole life. But it's like I know it and I acknowledge it. Like say, you know, when you're like really lazily getting dressed and you just like sat on your bed, like obviously where this is now, like my camera's like there, my mirror is like there. So it's like obviously when I'm sitting down, like I see everything and I see sort of how much my body has changed in like such a short amount of time. Well, I say such a short amount of time. Like I feel like every Christmas I get into the habit of being like, oh my god, it's Christmas, I'm gonna eat as much as I want, and then it just like doesn't stop. But anyway, in like technically in the whole scheme of things, a short amount of time, like how much my body has changed and stuff like that, and how I'm obviously like not happy with how it looks, but then at the same time like I sort of care a lot less than I would have if this was like this time last year, because it's like although I'm not happy with it and I feel like, you know, every time I'm sort of going out, like the main aim is like, okay, what can I wear that's like completely gonna hide everything, and you sort of have that worry of like, oh, what if people see me and like the first thing that they think is like, oh shit, they've like she's put on weight. But then it's like I don't really care. Like it's really weird, like because I'm so used to caring so much, and it's like I think I've got to the point now where it's like obviously I know with how I'm eating now I'm losing weight like extremely slowly, but I will lose weight and it will, well hopefully it will sort of stay lost. Like I'm not gonna do a diet and then eat normally and put it all back on. So it's like, and I feel like in my mind is like healthier in terms of like my body image and stuff like that. 'Cause it's like even now, like say if I look in that mirror and I can see like below the camera, I can see like my belly, but it's at the same time it's like my body literally does everything that it can to keep me alive. Like, you know, it keeps me alive, like it knows when things are wrong, like it can send like signals to my brain to say to my brain like listen, like something's not quite right here. And it's like, why do we focus so much on what it looks like rather than what it's actually capable of? Like, you know, like why is that such a massive thing, and why do a lot of people, like even when I'm not happy with myself, like I feel like I don't have any right to sort of say something about someone else's body, because they probably have the same feelings as me, in the sense that, you know, they know that they don't like their body and like they're sort of slowly doing stuff about it. But it's like, well, let's be honest, in your life you can't make your like most important thing like the main thing that you work towards. Like you can't completely center everything around food and like dieting, because like, well, I mean, why would you want to, like why would you want to not sort of be creating like memories and having a good time and like spending time with like friends and family and stuff like that? Like why would you just want to focus on food? Like why would you want to center your life around food? And obviously like I've been in that position like many times before, where food has always been like the main thing, and I was like really worried about it and very like obsessed with it and stuff like that. But it's like, regardless of what I'm eating, I mean I've always been like a comfort eater, but at the same time like ate sort of like when I'm happy. Like, I don't know. I mean, your body can need food to survive. Like, regardless of what you're feeding into your body, it cannot survive without food. So like, why worry about it? Like, as long as you sort of make sure you eat, your body literally does all that it can to make you like the best version of yourself, regardless of the fact that, you know, you might not be happy with how it looks. But if you're not happy with how you look, are you ever going to be happy with how you look? Like, you might get to what you think is like, was your sort of goal, and then you'll be like, oh, but I could do better. Like, I could lose more weight, I could turn up more, I don't know, like even like skin colour wise, obviously, like I'm so pale, so it's like, oh, like I could be more tanned and stuff like that. So if you're like, you're constantly striving to sort of achieve perfection, and like once you hit one goal, like that is never good enough. So it's like, why do we focus so much on something that in the end is sort of like, it's not going to stop? And like, once you sort of get obsessed with it, it's very hard to sort of like break that obsession and stuff like that. So it's like, why can't, like why is it so, especially in the media, like it's so sort of like drilled into us that being thin and being, you know, this like perfect little tiny thing is like healthy, and that you're not healthy otherwise. You know what I mean? It's still very confusing. Okay, bye.